Hey everybody, welcome to the Ridgway world. I'm Jeff and you are?
Terry.
Of course she is. Hey, welcome to the little Ridgway cabin world down here. What do you think?
Looks good.
Turned out nice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's coming along. A slow and arduous process, but yeah, it's coming along. We mounted the TV, which was a kind of, worrying me a little bit. The fireplace wasn't worrying me because I had that perfectly set. But the TV, as, I don't know if anybody's ever done construction projects, but I did give myself a little bit extra. So you got like a fingertip here, fingertip here, fingertip here, same up top. But when you're trying to mount something in a recessed 7-inch depth.
Measure twice.
Measure like 5 times before you cut stuff. But I had built the box, the 1x8 box, I had built that first. So, and through my measurements, but I'd already framed out.
No, I neglected to film any of that.
Yeah, which is fine because I was working.
I think the last that everybody has seen it was just framed out.
Right.
Where you had put the insulation board up and then you framed it. But I don't think they saw how you did the boxes for your inserts.
Yeah, that and again, I had framed everything out, and I gave myself, I think it's 1 inch all the way around, the box. And then what I did is, then I constructed the box, like I said, 1x8s. I constructed that, and then put a 1/2 inch plywood backing on it, and then I sunk that into my framework, and then used shims to get it level. So even though it may not look perfect, it is. To the point of being level. But in construction projects, and everybody that has ever done this, or anybody that's ever done this, you'll find out that nothing is ever plumb or level. Especially when you're doing like construction projects, because your house, even like, I don't know if Terry can focus down on the bottom here. See the gap at the bottom? That's because of the concrete floor. The walls are level, but the floor is not. So
right, and you're putting molding down there, right?
Yeah, and it's like spackle and paint will make it what it ain't. Similar to that, trim will cover it up. It's like you'll see gaps in the wood. This is not a biggie. This is normal because this is going to have a 1x3 trim that's covering the outlet of the box.
You're talking about like that?
The gaps right here. Yeah. See, there's shims. This is part of a shim.
And so then there will be a 1x3 piece of wood.
Yeah. Yeah, I got over there already. And it's similar to the corners. This is going to have a 1x3 on this corner and 1x3 in that corner, and that'll cover this and that. It'll cover everything.
And this is pine.
This is
what
pine.
Do you call it?
Tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove.
Yeah, I forget the exact measurements. It's real easy to work with. It's forgiving to a point. The unfortunate problem is when you're butting them. I try to.
Wait a minute. I'm doing the.
Oh, okay.
So they can get the whole scope of it.
Yeah. So when budding pine, there's sometimes you're going to get gaps like here, because even though you get a small gap here and all here, I was using my little brad nailer and trying to keep it as tight as possible. But there's times when you're putting a level on each section that it may be off a little bit.
Yeah.
So and then you get different. If you like we did, we had to go back 3 times to get it because Lowe's ran out, and Lowe's had a bunch of cracked, broken knots, different things like that.
So you have to go through them all.
You have to go through them. I've seen people online complain about their delivery of product. Well, of course they're not going to be as good as the homeowner or the doing a project to sort through them. So don't blame them. I blame you. Go and pick your wood out. That's what it do. We got lucky over my years is we have a local, lumber yard that back in the day that we could go there and sort through the lumber there, similar to what we did at Lowe's.
Yeah.
So, get what you want. Take the time to pick it out. But again, getting back to it, you're going to have joints that are open, so we'll fill them a little bit. I don't want to take away from the natural look.
I don't want it to stand out.
And it won't.
Yeah. So do you think that all this needs to be polyurethane?
I would say so. I mean, I'm not too worried about it because, but I think a polyurethane will do fine on it. And I'm over here, I don't know if I had a piece that I set up there for Terry to look at, but I think I got all my crap on it. There's that This will be all covered. That'll be covered with a 1x8. I'm going to cut it down to make it be a 1x6, I think, or 1x7.25 or whatever. And this will all be boxed out. There'll be a post down here at the end for the railing. And then Terry, when she figures out what she wants, it'll all be squared and boxed. And then she can put railings if you know if you want to do wrought iron or.
So what do you think? Like any tips or anything for if anybody's doing this? To a room. I know, like these boards, they were like $7 a piece.
Yeah, they were right around there.
So that's a little bit of money.
Yeah, it's a little bit of money, and it doesn't have to be. This is just what I wanted.
Yeah.
This was going to be our fantasy football room. You could come down here. We still have Larry's big monstrous couch over there that's going to go in here. We hope it'll fit because if you look at it and put it together, it's big. So, and this was going to be our spot. Wood stove here, you got your 60-inch fireplace with ambiance, and it throws out heat. So you can sit down here and watch a game on your 65-inch Samsung TV.
And you put electrical outlets.
Yeah, they're not
they're in good spots though.
Yeah, I tried to make it look symmetrical per se. And again, I ripped all the electric lines out of here from old stuff. But there was a line that came through here, why it was that, which went to a junction box there, that went back across to that, and then to the outside. Well, that wasn't a GFI spot, which anytime outside you should have a GFI breaker.
And GFI is
ground fault interrupter. So if you had like water infiltration or something like that, you don't want the possibility of electrocution. So what I did is I changed out in the panel and made that a GFI. What the hell? Having a brain fart. But I put a GFI outlet and a GFI breaker. So we're like double controlled there. Okay. So, and I eliminated the whole daisy chain of different things and made that its own. It only runs off one other line, and that goes to the GFI now that's in the laundry room. So that's for safety.
So what are your next steps? I mean, this is his saw. This is his get up for a saw. Which is
I love that. This saw is
really,
the
really
best.
nice. That light's kind
of
interfering, but
no, but that yeah.
What's next?
Next is we've come to the conclusion we want to do a rail roof or ceiling, which will be good. I won't do that till last. I'm finishing up my outlets. Now this will be capped. This is no longer needed for in here because we've changed the electrical aspect of it. This is going to go for track lighting. And I added another box upstairs, so now we'll have two switches, one for the rest of the basement and one for in here. This will run strictly in here. The outlets are all wired.
So if you're saving that for last, what's next?
Next is figuring out trim work will be next, capping that and that will be next. Then once I get those capped, then we're going to make sure we got the right light we want. The one we've got our eye on, has to come in and where we're going to put that. The TV's working, the fireplace is working and tested. Everything's good. Electrical has been tested and all is code. So we've got the hard part done. Our plumbing, again, has been changed around. Our water lines have been changed around, and I think we're in a good spot. We've got different ideas of what to do with the lolly columns here because they're, they can't be removed because we did that for the pool table. And even though I added another 1x10 to it, or 1x12, it still gives, when you take a lolly column out, you still get a sag.
Yeah.
And then you can feel it in the upstairs, even though it's secure, but I don't want to remove that. So we got different ideas of what we want to do because, again, this room is a
football
room. And a good spot for our two helmets, our Green Bay and our Eagles. Mm-hmm. Other things I still got to finish putting all. Now these are all loose cable right now, but they'll be tightened and tacked to the ceiling and across the way. Okay. And again, I got a lot to do here because when we put in the kitchen, a lot of that wasn't tacked to the joists, and I'll take care of all that. But again, I think we've got a lot accomplished here. We got good general ideas of what we're doing, and again, I boxed out the old windows, so I had to box it out farther. I had to rip down the boards So
Yeah, that looks nice. I like it.
so this will function if we ever had to pull it out. It will come down and miss the boards. But again, you have openings. Trim will cover this up, and then the ceiling will come up and butt up against it. So there will be none of this will be seen.
Okay.
So this is what we're using for trim. These are 1x3s. These are very like universal for anything. So you can figure there your trim, you do your angle cuts. But here's how your ceiling's going to go. And with your brad nail, tick, tick, tick all the way across. So you're going to...
Not the same kind of wood, though?
Same kind of wood, or you could use already distressed wood, or you could do painted wood already, because they have that. It's just more money. So, because a lot of different parts of it, people stain this stuff, they polyurethane it, they paint it. It's all up to what we figured out. But I think we're in a good spot where we've got the hard part done.
Okay.
And the rest of the spot is just for, you know, shits and giggles, what we want to do color-wise and stuff like that. So, there's, like I said, my main concern is butting up all this stuff, trimming this stuff, getting this done, and then we can figure out carpet. Or do you do vinyl? Or do you do ceramic tile? Or I think we're to the point where we're probably going to do a 2x2 carpet.
The carpet tiles.
Yeah, carpet tiles. I think is the best. Because we have a granddaughter to worry about too, who's going to be down here, and we don't want her slip and fall and conking her head.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said,
it looks good.
I think it's coming along. I think once
and what I'm doing is...
You want me to turn the light on so you can show what you're doing?
Yeah.
Going through the Ridgway crap
As
hole!
you can see, you know, we still have a lot of stuff that has to be organized and thrown out and whatnot. And I'm on this room. So I'm starting to like clean, go through everything. I gotta throw this big rug away.
Because that was the original
This side
part,
of the wall here I've already cleaned and organized.
and it looks very good.
And so now I have all this left to do. And then, I don't know, a lot of cleaning, maybe painting like this wall here. Just to brighten it up, maybe paint it a white or something.
And then I can go back, once I finish that, to closing this in. And that's what, you know, with the insulation panels and
well, we only have a few panels left to go up on the ceiling.
Yep. And I got to finish my, I got electric cord run to add another recessed light over there, probably one here.
And we got to get rid of these paintball signs too. I got rid of the one that was up on this wall. Okay. But yeah, and then I have to go through that stuff too.
And then you progress into another room.
And then some of this stuff, like this fella here,
Dumbo,
is going to go. You know, it probably in that room. Same with the hippity hops and you know all the other stuff.
Charlotte is having a little playground with Dumbo, the riding horse, wherever that went.
That's upstairs.
And then the balls. Oh yeah. So I think it's coming along. Not too bad.
No.
We've got rid of some stuff. We still got a lot to get rid of.
This is Jackie's hat that she wore in the Christmas.
Yeah, the Christmas series.
The Christmas series. And she was the bird lady.
Oh. Hey, did you figure out what you want to do with the brick yet?
Well, I was looking online and I saw that they have a technique, or I don't know, they call it the German schmear.
Hasselpfeffer Incorporated?
No. Anyway, it's like this thin set mortar that you put over it, and it kind of like it whitens it, but it looks kind of I don't know what you call it, not rustic, well,
distressed.
maybe very distressed.
Okay.
But I was thinking, and I thought, oh my God, look how much brick we have.
There's a lot of brick
It's
there.
not just a little fireplace; it's a whole half a wall.
And that's not.
And then we got all that, which is dirty. As you know what I mean. I could just clean it up.
Right.
And because it's brown, it goes with the sofa, even though it's not in the same room. I don't know.
Well, you know, something we don't have to do right away, but just to let everybody know, that's real brick. That's not that faux brick. This is real. As you can see, these, we had some guy do this about 30 years ago.
Yeah, maybe I'll just clean it up.
Right. Might be good. And then, I mean, anything you scrub or wash or whatever is going to dry up quickly because of the wood stove. So, I mean,
And I probably could paint the wood stove.
Yeah.
Put a coat of black back on it and make it look new.
Yep. No, I like that idea.
So,
And if there's I mean, if anybody has any questions about this stuff, you know, about the project, about, you know, what we did, or, you know, if you got ideas, you know, throw it in the comments. I'll do the best I can to answer them. I don't look at it all the time, but when I do, I'll, you know, try to respond as quickly as I possibly can if you have good questions. I mean, again,
actually, any question.
yeah, any questions.
Any construction question.
Yeah, anything.
All questions are good. I think
Yeah.
mostly. If they're not meant to be, you know, sarcastic.
Right. Yeah, I don't deal with sarcasm. That's my job to give the sarcasm. But yeah, I mean, any questions, we'll do the best we can to get back to you. So,
Yes.
and again, for us, everybody's things are different. So for us, this turned out perfect. This may be something that, you know, you may want to do, or, you know, or you want to change it around a little bit. But if you got a question, ask it. Doesn't hurt to ask, right, hon?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I guess we're getting to work.
Yeah, we got to get to work. So I hope everybody had a great day. And hey, see what the birds did, right? Go Eagles! Woo woo!
Good morning, Mr. Johnny. Yeah, how are you doing, buddy? Good morning, Tuna. Morning, Tuna. Yes. It's a good morning, isn't it? And look what we got. Another snowfall. Yes. And looks like about 4 inches. And the birdies are having their breakfast. And guess where Mr. Jeffrey is? He's out plowing the driveway with his tractor. God, I love that man.